Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Sari here, coming to you once again with another episode of It Just Smells Good. This kind of new formatting that I'm kind of trying, where when a fragrance isn't necessarily the most artistic of endeavors or isn't doing much beyond the scent itself, just calling them what they are. They just smell good. So less deep dives in regards to the background or intention, because oftentimes with these fragrances, most of the time the house is just looking and making a quality product with a nice scent. So this one really fits the bill in regards to that for a couple of different reasons that we'll discuss here. This fragrance I picked up yesterday at Sense Eternal in Frisco, Texas. I'll put some information about them in the description below. Not sponsored, just excellent customer service from Frank, the owner. Has a bunch of fragrances that you will not often see really readily available. Like if you're looking for Oman Luxuries Caden, he's got it. So, and it's just a wonderful experience shopping there directly. And he also has an online store. So, shout out to him. Lovely stuff. But I picked this up. I actually picked up two from the house while I was over there at Sense Eternal. We're starting with this one because the weather is still, I think, a little bit more appropriate for this particular fragrance. The other one I picked up is definitely more summer leaning, so you'll see that at a certain point. And it is also in the same kind of vein as this one. But from the brand Emirates Pride, we have Master's Signature. So Emirates Pride, as it's kind of should be somewhat obvious, is a Middle Eastern niche house. Has a lot of really interesting stuff actually on their website. Talks about one of these ideals of it being a family kind of setting in regards to who the employees are and things of that nature, and that's very cool. In the same vein, I think there's actually a lot of kind of like familial relations when it comes to specifically Middle Eastern perfumery. A lot of things, a lot of people from families having brands, etc. So it's really interesting. I'd like to dive more in that at some point. But the fragrance itself in this box, sleeved, well packaged. The presentation on these is also quite lovely. Just gotta get it out of here. It's okay. We're not saving the box anyway, so we're gonna peel apart, even though it is lovely packaging. There is another Master's fragrance. This is Master's Signature. They do smell different, but they also kind of fit the same niche. So let's take a look. Without breaking my bottle. There it is, nicely packaged. Incredible weight. It's kind of difficult to see, but this is actually, there is a transparency to the glass, but it is exceedingly thick. The cap itself is also incredibly weighty. Just some detail here that we have. Lovely. Around the collar as well, you can see it says Emirates Pride. This fragrance, I'm not even going to spray it yet. What I'm going to do is, down here in the lower third, I'm just going to put up the 3 perfumers that worked on this. So it's nice to know that Emirates Pride is giving newcomers to the perfumery a shot. Joking, of course. 3, like arguably 3 of, top 10 most famous, ubiquitous, fantastic fragrances. I don't think anyone would bat an eye at you if you're talking like top 10 perfumers, that all 3 of those perfumers would have been in the list. So this is going to be good. I already smelled it it is good, but let's smell it again. So, distribution is really quite immense. Whew. And this stuff, like, it can be over here. Yeah, it's very beautiful. In the air already that I'm kind of getting it is there's a fruitiness, definitely, bit of a citrus, but not the necessarily like the citrus is the main focal point. There's a fruitiness that is mango, but whew. And there's definitely a little bit, there's some spice, like cardamom spicy, but then there's also a little bit of fire because there's probably quite a bit of ambroxan hanging out in this. I got a little bit burn on the nostril there, which I don't want to go nose blind super quickly to this, but clearly the projection's there. Let's try it though. Warm, tropical fruitiness with like a undercurrent of this sweet, like caramel syrupy sort of nature. Like I saw the notes initially before I sampled this the other day, and it was enough that I went and I looked at it, and the three things that stuck out, I was like, oh, caramel, cardamom, mango. Sure, let's do it. Let's smell it. And then I smelled it. There is a designer aspect to this, I will say. Again, if you're looking for something more in line with thought-provoking storytelling kind of thing, I don't necessarily think that that's what this is. This is something where you're paying for quality with three really gifted perfumers that have made really impressive designer and niche fragrances. And this toes that line. Oh my gosh, it's really gorgeous. Like if you're into scents like Kajal's Icon, if you're into scents, I would say if you're into the House of Kajal in general, you're gonna like this. You like Jasada's Ambassador, that kind of stuff. Sweet pepperiness, cardamom spice definitely. But yeah, it's gorgeous. How this is gonna work is I'm gonna wear this today. I'm just hanging out at the house today, not doing anything really all that crazy. And then I will wear this to work tomorrow in a bit of a different situation, different setting. I'll come back and tell you how both the experience from the house was and how the experience at work was. But so far, yeah, I think 2's good. When your atomizer sounds like spray paint can, there's quality here. You're gonna have to pay for it, but there is quality here, a lot of it. Yeah. Anyway, I'll see you in just a second. All right, folks, back. It is now evening of the next day since the last saw you. To put it simply, it's incredible. I haven't been taken aback by a fragrance like for quite some time. It evolves. Like I know I mentioned there's a designer aspect to it, and I still agree with that. A designer tinge a la kind of like a Le Beau Paradise Garden sort of feeling at times. And then more now, I can still smell it on my hands. It's like 12 hours. More now, kind of the vanillic dry down has really come out, but starts with that bright, beautiful kind of mango opening. The mango sticks around for quite a bit. Life of the fragrance, to be honest with you. Cardamom's in there as well for quite a bit of a time. It then hits that mid And what I really noticed in the mid kind of that dry down, that's when the musk started to become more prominent. That's when you kind of got a vibe of the leather aspect to it. It's leather flower, I believe, is what the particular note is. So there is a floral muskiness that definitely comes about. That's where you have that woody floral musk in the center. And then the dry down itself is very much this very dense, beautiful kind of vanilla creaminess. I think it works in either setting. Yesterday at home, wearing the crew neck and sweats, and I could have gone out and run errands in it without much of an issue. And then today, in a more kind of suit, got the tie, cardigan kind of ensemble going on here, and a work thing. Sprayed 4 sprays, and it's potent, it's there, it's present. Really enjoyed this. Fighting, and I might be losing that battle of wearing it again for second day in a row, because there were some other things I wanted to wear, but this is the real deal. So, yeah, it's gorgeous. Last little bits for just the kind of the normal thing. Is it potent? Yes. Does it smell delightful throughout the entire longevity of the fragrance? Yes. Is this mass appealing? Quite a bit, I will say. It definitely has a designer-esque mass appealing, but enough funkiness and interest within it, especially with the evolution of the scent, whereas most designer scents are just very much what you're getting in the opening will fade within a few minutes, and then you kind of have the length of the fragrance being, at least in the context of the year that we're in, of 2026, vanilla musky dry down with that's really about it. This, there's a bit more going on. Not wildly challenging or anything by that measure. You're gonna smell it, you're gonna love the smell. It's gonna stick for most of the life of the fragrance. And other people, if they do smell you, I didn't get like any compliments or anything like that. My wife says it smelled lovely. So I guess there is that compliment, but she lives with me, so it's kind of a requirement, I'm joking. She has opinions on fragrances and the fragrances that I wear, and she lets it be known. If you ever have that spouse that you get hit with the statement of, well, that smells interesting, that's a bad sign. But that was not what happened here. So longevity seems to be great. Performance is excellent. Scent, sillage, all that kind of good stuff. Delightful. Is it blind buy safe? No fragrance is blind buy safe. Especially this retails for like $200. So sample it. If it interests you, sample it. If you're someone that already has super kind of like an abundance of mango scents, I don't know if it's necessarily something that you need to check out. If you were a person that had like Jasada's Ambassador, and maybe that's kind of getting on the lower end, and you're like, oh, I'm kind of maybe interested in rebuying the bottle, I think this has some similarities to that, but definitely is more intriguing and has a bit more evolution going on, and definitely, at least on me, performs quite a bit better. Not to say that Jasada Ambassador is a slouch, but I'm attributing that because that is a spicy mango fragrance. This is a spicy mango fragrance. So yeah, I think that's really about it. So wherever you're at, I hope you're having a good evening, afternoon, morning, and I look forward to speaking with you again very soon. Drop your kind of go-to, just smell good kind of fragrances. I think I'm wearing this again tomorrow. Heck, when I get a little bit more comfortable tonight and put on the PJs and stuff, I might spray a little bit of this again. It is that good. So, yeah. Take care, and look forward to speaking to you again soon.